Did you know that $8 billion is going to be spent on Halloween this year? Tune in to today's episodes as we dive in for more. Welcome to Leadership Legacy Radio, where we inspire you to live your dreams, encourage you to take massive action, and be your authentic and genuine self. We focus on three pillars. That's empowering youth, equipping leaders, and enriching marriages so that you can go out and dominate your space.
If you're ready to dominate, you're listening to the right show. This is the Leadership Legacy Radio. Now let's go.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today we're talking about having an entitled spirit. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to encourage you guys to understand how you can navigate change. Today we're talking about entitlement, whether you have an entitled spirit or not, and how you can go to that next level when it comes to navigating change. So one of the things that I think about is what entitlement means. And it's almost like, feeling like you have to have something, or that you have arrived, or that something is owed to you, right? And that can lead to arrogance. That can lead to frustration. That can lead to a lot of things that we don't understand how it responds, right? So if you have an entitled spirit, if you have a feeling that something is owed to you, what will tend to happen is it'll tend to cause blur in your vision. You'll have blurry vision. You'll have this sense that, I have to have something because I'm owed it, right? And you tend to not see problems and see change as it's coming. You become unprepared and you don't know how to handle it. So one of the things that I realized is when I was 8 years old, I was in the second grade, and I was super excited about what was about to happen. So I had this Superman costume, and at the time, Superman was really big. He was like the biggest superhero out. And I had the privilege and the honor of being Superman. So I had this really cool costume. I thought it was the best costume in the world. And so here I am in the second grade, navigating through classes, and I had on this Superman costume. Every place that I went, I would like throw up my cape and put it over the chair. And, I had this like swagger about me. I had this posture about me. I was walking upright. And, I didn't realize what was happening, but throughout the day, I started getting people like following me everywhere. And, a lot of the kids didn't have costumes, and some of them did. And so here we are. I go to lunch and I'm Superman, and people are like, there's Superman. And so after lunch, it was my favorite time of the day. It was recess. And as we went to recess, we'd go out into like an area where everybody could play. And there was this one kid that had been following me throughout the entire day. And what ended up happening is, because of what I had been going through, what I had been experiencing, I didn't realize what was happening. I was blinded to, my vision was blurred to the envy and the jealousy that had been boiling up throughout the day. So this kid, I don't remember if he had a costume or not. I don't remember what was going on. I just remember that he was around the entire time. So at one point I was getting ready to, there was like this monkey bar, and I was getting ready to jump. In essence, I was getting ready to show that I could fly. And this kid decides to hold on to my cape. And at first I was like, is he doing what some of the other kids were doing? Some of the other kids would at times kind of like lift up the cape so to see it, kind of like go up and down. Well, no, he held on to the cape. So when I jumped, it tugged on me a little bit. And I landed fine. I landed a little bit awkward. But when he tugged on it, he ripped my cape. And that has stuck with me this entire time. Like, it was super crazy because I felt like, wow, had I been aware of what was going on, maybe I would have responded differently. Maybe I would have reacted differently. And maybe I would have seen what was happening. Maybe I would have seen the jealousy building. So when you have an entitled spirit, sometimes you tend to miss these things. But if you are observant of your environment, if you are in tune with change, people see change and they make adjustments. I could have made some adjustments. I could have made a few changes, and maybe the outcome would have been different. Maybe I wouldn't have remembered him ripping my Superman cape. Maybe I wouldn't have been upset at him for ripping my Superman cape. But when you do that, and you're mindful of the things that are changing around you, and you're mindful of the things that are occurring around you, you tend to not overanalyze the situation, and you tend to see some of the small details, and you tend to respond and react appropriately, right? You see problems and you keep things simple. You don't overcomplicate the situation. So in my story, what was happening is I had been loving the attention. I had been really liking what was going on. I was Superman. All the kids were around me. And so instead of seeing that some people weren't as happy for me as I thought they were, and maybe how much I thought they should have been, because I had a sense of entitlement at the time, right? I would have seen the change, and I would have seen the need for my actions to change, for the way that I was responding to change, right? And so that's why it's super important that you don't get caught off guard. You don't get frustrated by change. So why is change so important? Because change is the one thing that constantly remains to be constant. It constantly happens. Change happens every day. Whether it's it could either be the weather, it can be the mood of people that you're around. Change is constant. And so I want to make sure that you understand that you shouldn't feel entitled because of the way that things have used to be, the way that things were, right? So one of the things that I think about is, if you base your life on having a sense of entitlement or feeling like somebody owes you something, you are in a world of hurt, because you're going to base it on the premise that everybody should come around me because I am Superman. Everybody should listen to me because of a position I used to have, right? One of the things that I thought about as I was thinking about that sense of entitlement, and some of the people that you may have in your life, that I may have in my life, that have that sense of entitlement, is how can you help them navigate through that change? How can you help them change the perspective that they may have? And the way that you do that is the way that you show up every day, right? You show up with thinking and knowing that nothing is owed to you. You show up every day humble and being willing to start from scratch. You show up every day knowing that you are and you will be the best version of yourself if you commit to giving your best. So as you start to navigate the change that's happening in your life, as you begin to navigate the changes that can occur in your life, I want you to be diligent. I want you to be visible. I want you to be observant of all the things that are going on around you, because it's really important that you navigate change and you do it the right way. One of the quotes that I recently wrote as I'm writing and looking at publishing a book and different things is, you can't hold on to what used to be and create what needs to be. Think about that. Like, if I continue to hold on to, let's say an award that I won last year, I'm never going to get better and do something of significance this year. So if you hold on, John Maxwell had a quote, and he says, yesterday ended last night. And what that means is, whether you won or you failed, you have to start fresh today. So I challenge you, if you had a bad day yesterday, make tomorrow a better day. If you had a bad day today, reset. Change your perspective, change your focus, and have an amazing day tomorrow. You can navigate change the right way by not feeling like something is owed to you, by not feeling like you have to have everything go your way, or that everything needs to be done a certain way. Because we all have a powerful gift. As a human being, you are fully resourced to navigate change. You are fully equipped to adapt and overcome. That is one of the most unique things that human beings have over any other creation in the world. You can adapt, overcome, change quickly, navigate, and modify the way that you're doing things. There are other creatures, like when it comes to hibernation, right? That can change and maybe go and sleep for a long time. You don't have to go to sleep for a long time. All you have to do is think about what happened, think about how you could have reacted, think about how you could have responded, and then focus on what you can do better moving forward. I challenge you to be the best version of yourself. I'm encouraging you to navigate this challenging time that we have, all the change that you're going through, and be the best version of yourself. When you come on the other side of this, people should know you for having a positive attitude, a can-do attitude, and a willingness to be the best version of yourself despite what's been going on and what's been thrown at you. As always, I want you to be the very best version of yourself. I challenge you to go out and be your best tomorrow. My name is Coach Chris, and I truly want you to go out and dominate your space.